and it is really cool because you see needlers, you see the big cannons, you see the pelicans, warthogs, grunts, brutes, elites.
I know I did download one because I really enjoyed it. It's supposed to be like what happens before, what happens right before part three. I did download that one because I did like it.
Oh yeah, and there's
Uh,
been several DVD movies too,
I
direct to
got
DVD.
I have the one with Spartan Lock. I got the animated one, and I have the Fall of Reach. I haven't watched it yet, and that sucks because I've had it for months.
That's the one that was wasn't on Netflix. It was a YouTube thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want to say yes, but I know they did have it on Netflix.
Yeah, I remember
'Cause I was
seeing
like,
it
I wouldn't
because
because I was like,
it
soon.
covers cadets and stuff following them through the storyline and a precursor to the Covenant Human War.
Oh, that's the Forward Unto Dawn. That was
Yes,
the miniseries, and I
yes.
did like that one. But what kind of took away from it. It kind of messed it up for me. I kept hoping to see Master Chief. Like I didn't care
Yes.
about all the rest of them. Like I want to see Master Chief.
Bring me Master Chief. I want to see him kick some ass. He is in that movie.
Yeah, he is. He comes in like maybe the last 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, the very tail end of it.
Uh, but they did a great job. Uh, as far as making like it felt like a horror movie because like when the Covenant attacked, they like wiped everybody
Oh
out.
yeah, they mowed the place. I mean, when the Covenant were attacking planets, people were dropping like flies. It was crazy. Neil Blomkamp is the guy I was trying to remember earlier. He was the guy who was supposed to direct the Halo movie, which was really good. I was trying to find. He's known for District 9.
I
That's the
seen
movie I was trying to remember.
a little part of it, but I haven't actually like watched it.
District 9 is actually pretty good. It's actually, I mean, it gets frustrating because you really get pissed off with the guy, but it's a good movie. And the effort that he put in that movie was actually what he was trying to target them to make the Halo movie with. Because, I mean, the effects are cool, the aliens are cool. I mean, it's really what he's capable of doing, and he would have easily brought the Halo movie to life with that. I mean, it would have been phenomenal.
This is what I think they should do with the Halo. I want to see a movie, but I would like for it to be let it play out as a series first, and then let it end off as a movie, or perhaps have the movie jump off and then follow it up with a series.
Could be
Because
done. Could be done.
Halo's too big to just have one movie.
No, I mean, if you did the Halo series, you're going to have to start from the beginning. You're going to have to, I mean, really, just watch the games and turn them into movies. But
And
real
let me ask you another
movies.
thing with that too. Should they just solely base themselves off the games, or should the movie have liberties? Like me, I'm one of those guys. If you can still tell a story, even though it's not 100% like canon, but as long as you can tell a compelling story, like say what if they like did the first the movie and they combined like the first three Halos, but if they combined it in a good they combined it in an effective way, could you see yourself like supporting it?
Consolidating three movies into one? You could. You could. I
I
mean, it
mean,
would be a long ass movie though, because I mean, really, to get a lot of that story in,
yeah.
I could see maybe one, two. Well, I mean, you could squeeze three into that. I mean, it'd be really pushing because you don't want to. I mean, the problem of going with a medium of video game or book to movie is you have to consolidate so much,
So much, yeah.
and you effectively lose. That's why like TV series are great because you could do 13 episodes at an hour pop, so you get 13 hours to tell a story. And you could do Halo 1, 2, and 3 with that easily. Breaking apart, what we would consider episode, Halo, the very first game, into
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 hours, and easily tell the story very well. But when you consolidate something like Halo and into a movie like that, I don't know if you could completely do it justice. You would be very rushed, I think, to do. I could see 1 and 2. I really don't, like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5. You could. I mean, they literally. I mean, I think if you watched all the movies in Halo, it would be about 45 minutes anyway, which would be about what your average TV show is. Just all the screen clips, not your gameplay or any of the deeper.
No, they're longer than that. They're longer than that. They got some on YouTube. They like an hour and a half.
Holy crap! So there is a possibility of it. I don't want to. I would like to see them, because we've never seen Master Chief's face. That's one of the mysteries that still continues into the game series.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brief thing at the end of 4 where he comes back onto the ship and he pops his helmet off, and you see, I believe it's just his eyes only.
Yeah.
And then they're done. And if you watch the animated series, there's several different stories under the animated series, which some are really cool.
Some they took a little bit too many liberties going into the Dragon Ball Z almost.
I still like when the elites fight each other. They're more like Japanese, each of the cultures is different, but they're more of a Japanese oriented style.
Which that's one thing I did.
So freaking cool.
One thing I would have liked to see a little bit more Halo, which 2 did elaborate on, was the fact that the whole series is basically humans versus aliens,
pretty much.
But 2 opened it up to where not all of the aliens agree with the war.
No, they do not.
That's what I liked about it.
That's where we get our buddy the Arbiter in.
Yeah, and that's why I would like a series. I wouldn't have minded if it would be. And this is why I was this, like I said, this is where it kind of got me kind of like, if they make a movie of it. If they make a movie, they couldn't make one movie, because they'd have to make like a trilogy.
You would have to pull the old Lord of the Rings maneuver.
Yeah.
I mean, really, actually, I would think the length of the Lord of the Rings, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours with extended cuts, would probably do justice to, at least, like I said, again, combining maybe 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then 5. If you went in the storyline.
You got to figure out like how much of the story do you want to tell?
Exactly, because there's so many things. We have the inner war on the Covenant. We have the Forerunners in there. We have the humans versus themselves. We have the humans versus the Covenant. Each of the Halo rings we've been on in the storyline. There's been 3 rings that we've been on. Plus, you have the Flood. I mean, there's so many side stories in this gameplay. They all relate together. But at the same time, they're individual stories that are just going on. It's just so much to keep up with. Because, you could just do, just Reach was just Halo learning about the Spartan program.
Mm-hmm.
ODST was the very first encounter of humans versus the Covenant. 1 and 2 are basically humans learning about the Covenant, or you're already in kind of the sort of Covenant war already. So, there's a lot of stuff flowing in here, a lot of storylines. And that's what makes it really interesting. They have so much you can dive into. Now, and I say they could do a TV series. We've spoke about other series we looked at.
Yep.
How well a TV series. The TV series gives you the ability to expand that world, to make it grow. Just like watching, TV series like Gotham or Arrow or any of the, DC Universe stuff that's going on right now, where they're crossing platforms, crossing storylines. We could easily do that in a TV series of Halo.
Yep.
Now, would they give them with technology too? They could probably pull off a very good series.
And the budget, and even in the budgets too, the way they could minimize on the budget and still make it look so.
Yeah, you look at series like watch Arrow, watch Supergirl, watch. Just a good example, Ascension. We just talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The
Expanse.
Expanse, especially Expanse. Expanse is pretty badass in visual effects. So, it's not unheard of. I mean, when you talked Halo movie, we're talking 2003, 2004, I believe is what I was reading just a moment ago.
Yeah.
And since then, Bungie has moved it over. Microsoft pretty much just bought them out. And that was all the big concern, too. Was the stories going to carry on as effectively as Bungie working them? And it was, what, 314 studios?
Should the movie be an adaptation of it, or should it be an addition?
Well, you're going to have people who know what Halo is and who don't. And you want to cater to those who do.
Mm-hmm.
But you still want to keep that interest in there, just like people watching Iron Man. Until 2003, what did you know about Iron Man? Unless you're a comic book reader, you didn't really know jack squat.
Yeah.
And so you had to make a movie that accommodated both an origin to appease the people who have never seen the series, and then be able to keep it lively enough for those who already know the series to be able to jump in as well.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing you're going to have with Halo. Halo, I mean, we're talking a series, we're, what I say, 2001? The thing's been out 16 years now, or 15 years and some change.
Yep, and it's still going strong.
And, the hardcore fans, they know Halo. They know it left and right. I mean, there are people who are extremists. Let me tell you, I've met a few. But it is a good, very cool series. I don't think it's worn itself out. I think there's still quite a bit more story they could tell. Like I say, I haven't played 5 yet. I know how it kind of goes, but I haven't played it, so I haven't really involved myself in that story yet.
Yeah, I read up on it.
Cheated. But I mean, it's there. It's a possibility of having a good series. And I think, they're not flooding the market with it, which is good. But you have enough to keep it alive. And the people are going to keep the game alive, or the storylines alive. Honestly, I haven't read any of the books yet, but there's 2 of the series I want to read, which is basically the Forerunners, and reading.
I read a few of the books. I got a lot of them. My favorite book so far, they wrote an actual adaptation of Combat Evolved.
Really?
And when you're reading it, it's like you're playing the game. That's
you see it. You see it in your head. I would have, almost would like to kind of erase the brain about Halo and just pique my interest into a book.
Yeah.
And imagine the characters, and then actually play the game for the first time, and see how much of it translates over into from the book to the game. Trying to picture all these characters, picture an elite, picture all these different little characters that they have in a show,
and
try to imagine them, and then actually see the game. It's kind of like reading a book and watching a movie. Same concept.
I ain't gonna lie. And maybe it's just me. I wanted to push for them to adapt the other games, because even what this one made that it's called Halo: The Flood, and it tells a story of basically Combat Evolved. But what it did also was it introduced so much other stuff that was happening in the background that you never thought about, like what the bad guys were doing. Why the players, why Master Chief is doing his thing, what the army itself was doing, how they set up base and stuff, all the little intricate plots that was going on.
All the backstory. I mean, there's, like I say, there's so many stories. You could do just a live series not attached to, just them fighting the Covenant, weekly, or missions of the week or something like that, and then occasionally Master Chief shows up. Hey, how's it going? Let me go kick some ass. All right, see you guys later, and go that route. They've done it with other series, so I don't see why it wouldn't be possible or probable that they would. I just don't think. I mean, Microsoft's got the money to do it. They dumped everything into 343 Studios, and I can't think of the current name right now. I guess Microsoft Studios.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't have bajillions of dollars floating out there to dump into something like that. Because I guarantee, people were like, "Oh, I don't want to see Lord of the Rings." Blah blah blah. I read the books 20,000 years ago. But guess what?
I'd say if they were to do a Lord of the Rings, they do need to make a series out of it. But that's something for another time to talk about.
Yeah, well, I'm just using that as an example, as you know, people had been involved in the Lord of the Rings storyline since way back when, forever, and then they actually took 10 years to make the movies, but they made them and they threw them out there, and people were all over them. Hell, I saw some of them 3 or 4 times in the theater. That's a lot of your life lost, by the way. Seeing those movies in there. My dad wanted to go see it. My friends wanted to go see it. I wanted to go see it. So next thing you know, I saw Return of the King like 4 times in 2 days. Oh my God, it's a lot. But again, with the same concept, we could take Halo, been around since 2001, relatively a new series comparatively, and you could do that. You could go out there and you could throw the movie out, whether even if it's a side story, and throw it out there. You would definitely have a very large vested audience. I mean, there's we just put out Halo 5 not that long ago.
Last year.
I mean, and we still got Halo Wars, which are side games, which also kind of give you a little bit of a story. I haven't actually played Halo. I liked the concept of it, but I just really never got involved in playing it. I might play Halo Wars 2 when it comes out. I find a hard time playing console game. To me, I would play on a desktop, like playing Command & Conquer or something like that. Halo Wars reminds me of that, and it's easier for me to play that on a computer than it would be a console. That's the one thing.
That's how it plays. I did like Halo Wars because it wasn't about just like the story. It felt like you were in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the commercial for Halo Wars 2 has been pretty wild, so I'm very excited to see when that comes out next year. And I'll probably get involved in that one. I've been kind of lacking on my gameplay with life, but after talking about this, I'll probably go play Halo 3 and try to keep moving a little bit more forward in the game. So, but it's just, I would like to see, I mean, we have so many side stories we could do it, but like what character really stuck with you?
I mean,
in the series?
I'm not going to go with the defaults because of course,
We got Master Chief and Cortana, of course. Everybody.
Of course, there's those two. I did like Johnson because Johnson was like, he was funny, but he was like really hardcore. He was kind of a stereotype, but he was fun. Right, let's get on. Come on, Marines. You know what I'm saying? I used to love moving.
Yeah, he on a cigar the whole damn time.
Oh, and I don't. Oh, this is one thing that they said in the books that they revealed in the books that I never thought about. Johnson was on the ring. Johnson was on the ring, right? In the first game. You never really found out. Yeah, he was actually on there. But you never actually found out how he got out. And the book, and the Halo the Flood book actually tells you like what he went through, and it also revealed how he survived the flood attack.
That's very interesting. Very interesting. Let's look into that, shall we? Because there's a lot of speculation here. Still doesn't survive how the explosion. Okay. I'm gonna have to read into that one. We'll save that for House by Flood. Jenkins, Johnson. Johnson's not a Kenny. That's not funny, but it is. But yeah, you had a lot of good characters. I like the. I was kind of interested with the Overmind and its thought when it had the Arbiter and the Master Chief basically saying you're one and the same. You're the top dog. You're the elites of the group. You would rather not have to have war. You'll fight if you have to, but you don't really want to.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of interesting for a character that absorbed everything, literally.
Oh, the Gravemind. Okay.
Yeah, well, Overmind, Gravemind, yeah.
I was like, it kept throwing me off. I'm like, what, is that something?
Like, who the hell is he talking about? He's on drugs.
But I did like the Gravemind.
Overmind. That comes out of
StarCraft.
StarCraft. See, I'm in there. I'm in there somewhere. There's so much stuff in this big old brain, rattling around all the time.
That's one thing I kind of like